Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Angela Brennan and today I'm bringing you Spellbinders Club Kit BetterPress of the Month October 2024 Design a Plate. This is a set that comes with press plates where you can put it onto a registration sheet, which is so helpful. The registration sheet guides you on the position of each of the press plates in order to create a plate. The most difficult part of this process is choosing the colors for the plate, and I go on to do quite a few color combinations. Here I'm showing you how you just put it onto the registration plate, each of those plates. Some of those plates, especially the thicker ones, you use it twice, but you don't use all the plates together on the registration plate. You use it one at a time. So the registration sheet has got colors and it accommodates the thickness of each of those press plates. Here I'm inking it with some Azalea BetterPress ink from the Flower Garden set, and I'm doing it on a sticky mat so the ink is not on the registration sheet and less things for me to wipe off. So I find it easier to ink my press plate on a sticky mat and then put it onto the registration sheet and run the Letterpress system through my Platinum 6 machine. And then I've got a nice crisp image, and then I go on to ink it again and I place it on the next position as directed by the registration sheet. So these vertical and horizontal thicker press plates, I use them twice. The thinner press plates, I use them once. Now this registration sheet provides a guide on how to create a plate that's shown on the front of the BetterPress of the Month packaging. But if you can be more creative and put these press plates in different positions and create a different looking plate, totally up to you. Every time I ink these press plates, I wipe the residual ink on the sticky mat because I don't want the ink to be contaminated. So I go on to do this and I use BetterPress inks, but I also use two different types of inks. But I must say, after using all the inks, I find the BetterPress inks nice and crisp, and they have a deeper color saturation onto the cotton paper. Perhaps there are more inks out there that will work, but I find these inks the best. I also use Catherine Pooler inks and VersaFine Clair. VersaFine Clair is not too bad, but I thought the Catherine Pooler inks didn't quite meet the mark for these press plates because there's quite a bit of area to ink, especially with thicker press plates, and therefore the transparency of the ink was visible. And here is the completed plate. Here are all the other color combinations I've done. I use Desert Sunset for this, Regal tones, two different versions where the black plates are more prominent on the left side. Here I use the Catherine Pooler inks, and this one here I use VersaFine Clair inks. I also do a further couple of other combinations because as I'm completing the video, I receive my order of the Woodlands set and I use that as well. What I'm doing here is I'm using the bonus item, which is the Fuzzy Feelings Sentiments. It's a BetterPress plate, but I'm going to do some hot foiling with it. When I do hot foiling, per usual, I use it on hammermill cart, and while I'm getting all of this ready, I have got my Gemini foil press machine getting warmed up. So pretty side of the plate faces the pretty side of the foil, dull side of the foil faces the card, and then you place it onto the heated platform of the Gemini foil press. This bonus item is only available if you join the Deluxe Caboodle Value Club. What this means is this membership will include all 10 club options plus the additional monthly bonus item. And this month's monthly bonus item is this BetterPress plates 4 sentiments, which you can use to hot foil as well. The bonus item will always complement the rest of the Spellbinder club kits, which means you can use it with more than one of the club kits to create a card or project. The principles and timing when hot foiling with a BetterPress plate is the same as when you use a hot foil plate, which means you still use the hinge system, and therefore if you get any not fully foiled sentiments or images, you can always put it through the hot foil machine again. And here the coordinating dies allow me to die cut the sentiments beautifully all together. Now that I'm starting to assemble the cards, I will show on screen the colors used to create each of the plates. All of the cards I create are an A2 size, which measures 4¼ inches by 5½ inches. This circular sentiment is a BetterPress plate from the set called Festive Circle Sentiments, and I've hot foiled it. This is a set where there are 6 sentiments that can be hot foiled or letterpressed at the same time and die cut at the same time as well. And the cute penguin die cut is from the small die of the month from October 2024. This set of 5 sentiments is from the BetterPress of the month as well, October 2024. I'm going to be hot foiling them. I do think sentiments look so much better when they're hot foiled, so I do hot foil BetterPress sentiments wherever I can because it just looks prettier. The principles, timing, card used is all the same for BetterPress plate as it is for an hot foil plate, and I always get good results when I use polished brass hot foil. I don't know why, but the polished brass hot foil generally does not let me down. If at all it's not perfect, it's just maybe some slight overfoiling, but here it's perfect. And I used the coordinating die to die cut all 5 sentiments at the same time. Next, I'm going to be using the wax seal of the month. I do like trying different types of wax seals when I do this. So I'm going to start off with a wax seal that comes with the wax seal of the month. So this is the Christmas must-have wax bead mix. And I'm going to be doing a couple of different combinations. This must-have wax beads mixes come with quite a few colors. So you can do whatever color combination you want, or even put one of each color if you want. So I'm going to be trying different color combos and doing some wax seal stamping. This wax seal stamp says most wonderful time of the year, and therefore I am going to be doing some wax sealing with the melted wax that I have. So I don't mix it because if you mix it, you tend to get a brown. So I'm going to leave it with the colors marbling. So you get a beautiful color combination, and I'm getting rid of the bubbles on the melted wax seal with some flame. And here you go. You get the beautiful impression of the wording most wonderful time of the year. And I highlight it by using the metallic gold marker. So this marker, it's an oil-based marker that highlights the impression or the wording here, in this instance, the most wonderful time of the year. Therefore, it's easier to read with the nice marbled background of Christmas colors. Here I use the metallic marker to highlight the wording. In my next video, where I'll show you how I use all of the Spellbinders club kits that I have, all of it, in fact the entire caboodle kit except for the 3D embossing folder, to create a card. There I also show you a different way on how I use this wax seal, where I use the wax seal to highlight the wording, so I don't need to use a metallic marker. So this is a different color combination here where there is more red. In fact, it's mostly all red. Unfortunately, the other colors come out underneath the wax seal stamp I've done here. But you just need to leave the wax seal to probably harden. It takes less than 5 minutes. Just leave it for about 5 minutes, and then you've got a beautiful impression of the wording. So this one here is mostly red, so I will use the gold metallic marker to highlight it. Now this is a wax seal mold that I'm using. If you have trouble getting the perfect circle, using these molds can help to get a nice wax seal shape, and then you just press the wax seal stamp onto it, leave it per usual, let it get hardened within the next 5 minutes, and then you've got a beautiful impression. So the shape is nice and uniform, that is following the mold, and that impression comes out beautifully. So I put a link to these wax seal molds in the description below, so you can see if you want to try them out. This is a good way to get different nice defined shapes if you're not very good at pouring melted wax seal to create an impression with your wax seal stamps. So here I've created a couple of wax seals using the wax seal of the month, the most wonderful time of the year, and I hope you will give it a go. I use this non-stick wax seal spoons, which is really ideal and easy to clean up. And the residual wax that's removed can be reused. Just need to store it away. When you're using it next time, you can melt it again. Here is a different way that I'm going to use the wax seal. I'm going to do one plain color, which is all gold, as you can see on your left. And on the right, I'm putting a little bit of red, well, mostly red, but a little bit of green. But I'm warming up the wax seal stamp slightly, and then pouring the melted gold wax onto the slightly heated up wax seal stamp and impressing that melted wax seal into the grooves to create that wording, the most wonderful time of the year, and letting that dry. Then I'm going to be pouring the wax, the red and slightly green melted wax into the wax seal mold and impressing that wax seal stamp with the gold wax seal already there, and the gold wax seal will create the wording. So you've got that impression already in gold, no need to use any metallic marker. Just another way to use your wax seal. Now back to assembling more cards. For the next card here, I'm going to be using the Spellbinders seal twine and just putting the wax seal with the sealed wax seal adhesive circles. Just attach that to the back of the wax seal and place it onto the card. Simple enough to do. Again, I've stated the colors that I've used to create this plaid impression, and you can just check that out. I do like the simplicity of this card. I'm just making sure that the wax seal is quite firmly pasted onto the card and it's not going to drop off. For the next card, I used the same BetterPress ink Woodlands set, but I change up one color. Instead of rustic, I'm using the spruce, and see what a difference the plaid colors look like. And I'm using all of the Spellbinders kits. Here, for example, I'm using the large die of the month where you get the reindeer heads onto the slippers, and the sentiment is from the BetterPress of the month. This is another one that I have hot foil, but this is the reverse hot foil. So the white hot foil onto blue card of the reverse hot foil. So you can get some great combinations, and I've gone crazy with my glossy accents on the reindeer's nose. This next one here, I'm going to be using the Spellbinders small die of the month from July 2024. It was the foliage as well as the poinsettia, and the background plaid has been stamped with the Spellbinders BetterPress ink from the Flower Garden set. For the first time, I decided to do a video where I use all of the Spellbinders club kits that I have for October 2024, which is all of it except the 3D embossing folder, and I create one card. I create a trifold card, and I have that as my next video where I'll also show you all the cards I've created using the Spellbinders club kits, and I will have a playlist of all the videos in the description of that video. So that should be coming out as my next video. So I really hope to get some feedback from that and let me know what you think of that approach. So this is the card completed now. I just need to put some gems and we'll be done. And here I'm using the stitched Christmas tree from the Spellbinders stitching die of the month, and I'm attaching it to the card. With these plaid backgrounds, you don't have to do that much. You just need to be able to put a nice sentiment and an image, or any from the Spellbinders club kits from this month will go, because that's how Spellbinders club kits are done. It's a theme, so you can use, for example, see that bonus item sentiments. It can go with almost any of the club kits that's been released this month, and that's the versatility of those club kits being used to create one project. For this card, I'm using all of the sentiments from the BetterPress of the month, which I have hot foil, to create a Christmas tree with the sentiments. For the last 3 shorter sentiments, I supplemented with another Spellbinders hot foil sentiments plate. For the next card, I used 3 different VersaFine Clair inks to create the plate background, and I have the stitched little ornaments which I find so adorable that I've used the Spellbinders Circular Stitch Slimline strip. It's an old die set that I have, and I decided to use the colors of the plate for the ornaments and attach them as ornaments onto the card front. The sentiment is from the BetterPress of the month, which I have hot foiled. I love having ornament cards. You will see for my trifold card in the next video I use an ornament base as well, but slightly different looking ornaments clearly. These circular stitched ornaments are so versatile. You can put it as 3 ornaments this way, or you can have it as a whole card with ornaments. I think when I got that set, I did go a little bit nuts with the cards I made. I do like stitching dies, as you've probably realized from my videos. So this card I've just simply completed with the ornaments, which is a bit fiddly to put the thread, but I did want the gold metallic thread to hang the ornaments with a simple sentiment, and the card's completed. I do hope you enjoy this video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. And when you do subscribe, remember to press that notification bell so you're alerted when future videos are uploaded. I do lots of Spellbinders Club Kits videos. In fact, I've been asked to do it for 2025 as well. So you will see me release Spellbinder Club Kit videos every month. And I do tend to release a playlist of all the videos that I have created for the month. So it's easier for you to get to once you need to get back to those particular months to check out the videos, either for inspiration or maybe even for a guidance on how to assemble a particular club kit. Especially the die sets, the large die of the month and the small die of the month. Sometimes it can be a bit overwhelming when you open the set, but when you break it down and get a bit of a tutorial, which I do in my videos on how to put it together, it can seem so much less daunting. And you'll enjoy the process. Always the first time when you put it together, it can be a little bit daunting. And then when you get to it, you'll say, ah, this is a squish. It's easy enough to put together. And you can get more creative with your color combinations. For this card here, I use the Desert Sunset. Again, the Desert Sunset is quite versatile, these colors here. So I use the Clay, Tuscan, and Coastal, which is the blue. And I like this color combination. And I've done a reverse die cutting technique with the small die of the month for the penguins here, which I show in my small die of the month video, which will be in my YouTube channel, as well as in the playlist that I will release in a couple of days. You will be able to see the different techniques I use when I showcase each of these Spellbinder Club Kits. This card here, I've not put any ink. I've just done the impressions of the plate by just putting the card or the 100% cotton card here through the letterpress system with no ink. So you just get the impression of the plate, and I just wanted the seal to stand out. Later on, I do put a very light coloring on the flowers as well as the little dots on the buds. But I do like the fact that this is quite plain background to pop the wax seal. Here are all the cards that I've created, and I've added some gems to some of them. I really hope these color combinations or these approaches that I've taken to assemble the cards give you inspiration as well as give you the oomph to carry on with your crafting when you get your club kits sent to you. I think this plate set is quite versatile. I've not experimented using the plate set not following the registration sheet, and that's something to do the next time, because these plates can be used on its own without really following the registration sheet, so you can be quite creative about it. I like some of these color combinations better than the others. I particularly like the ones that I used with the Woodlands set, which is the green background, as well as the one with the two penguins on it. I do like that Desert Sunset combination. Those are my favorites. Let me know which color combinations that you like the best, or indeed the one without any color on it with just the impression of the plate. I think that looks a little bit pale if you ask me, but I just wanted to give it a go, that you've got that view, that option to see if you want to do that. Now that's me added some color to the die cuts just to give it a little bit of presence to that card. Spellbinder subscriptions are open between the 6th and 27th of each month, so you can go and get your subscriptions during this period. Here are close-up pictures of all the cards that I've created, and hopefully you get to see all the little extra embellishments that I've added to the card, using the plate background as a starting point, as a jump point if you like, and you can add any sentiment as well as the addition of die cuts or even stamped or stitched images. Now this plate background, you can either use it as a Christmas plate or any other plate, and it'll be great for masculine cards as well. So it really depends on the colors that you choose, how you decide to embellish it, and of course the sentiment that you use. Thank you so much for stopping by. Happy crafting, and I'll catch you at my next video. Do take care.